Good day, all. My focus today will be in the University of Guyana Library and its current practice for copyright for the creation of its digital library and some of the steps that we would have taken to protect ourselves and our collection and our digital library at this moment. The University of Guyana Library was established in 1963 and has now become a dual campus entity with the establishment of the Berbice campus situated at Tain, which was established in 2000. The University of Guyana Library, more so Guyana, is covered by the 1956 British Copyright Act along with the WIPO Copyright Act and the Berne Convention. We have had a lot of talks over the years. A lot of creatives were asking authors and singers and songwriters and artists were asking for an update in the policy because they've realized their work are not being protected properly or in the manner that they deem fit for themselves and for their works. So there's laws in Guyana that allows for the University of Guyana to be a legal depository for Guyanese authors to deposit their first book or any written work or any work that they would have done into the library, and we hold that collection until the standard 50 years after death has expired, that we can share it and make it public. Um, our most prized, One of our most prized collection currently is the Caribbean Research Library. This library focuses on the Caribbean, Guyana
Uh, yeah.
especially, and the or data, whether via donation, gifts, grants, or even purchasing. We try to continue to build the collection through various aspects, and it's one of the largest collections of its kind regionally. And as we continue to build it, we're trying to make it bigger. We have a lot of specialized collections in the department and a lot of collections that were handed or gifted to us by authors themselves. For example, like the A.J. Seymour collection or what, and so forth. They were gifted to us, and we have these collections that we specialize in hold together. These are just some of the collections that we have. Um, a lot of the collections that we currently host in the library are unique and fragile. And the library, given the condition and the state of it and the humidity of Guyana, because Guyana is extremely hot, and we have building issues like most libraries. So having to keep that collection safe and secure and preserved over time, we have decided to embark on a digital library, and we're choosing to digitize these rare collections that we currently house in our library. So those are like the AWB Long. This covers the Information Social Society in Guyana, the Who's Who. This captures persons living in Guyana that were living in Guyana during a period of time and their family. Usually, researchers or persons, random persons, use this to conduct genealogy study to see if they can find their grandparents or some member of their family from that was living in Guyana at some time. We have the A.J. Seymour Room. So he had gifted upon his death, he had suggested that he give us his entire library collection, all of his manuscripts, published and unpublished work, his desk, his chair, and some prize collections of his own. We have the Rod collection, the Union of Culture Club, Sam Bactini, Al Sub, and these are only a few. And the deeds of manumission. These of manumission is the records of the enslaved people who paid for their freedom, and in some cases, former owners of the period. That's a big book, like a really massive book of all of these persons in there. Our collection is currently really fragile, so we do a lot of preservation to the best of our ability currently. And so a lot of stuff are enclosed in cases, and we wrap them in brown paper to preserve it so that even if the page is being even though the pages are printed, and we're not going to lose pieces of paper through movement, and we try to limit the use of the collection to the public, and we offer gloves and so forth, so that we can preserve the collection, or the staff themselves scan the collection and then share it with a researcher if that's requested from us. So after a clear assessment of the collection, we partnered with DLOC and a few other places, including DLOC, Cambridge University, Queen's College Association, Old Students Association, also assisted us in helping us to train, donating equipment, and giving us specialized training to staff members at the university so that we can have a better understanding on our way forward with creating a digital library that meets our needs and also capture our information and protect our collection to the best of our ability. Because of the way the country's copyright policy is, the collections that we would have selected for digitization does not fall into the copyright realm of things. A lot of them are 1800s or 1700s currently that we're choosing to digitize at this moment. So currently for Guyana, we are still safe from all copyrights within the scope. And given that the fact that these collections were gifted to the university, we still have some amount of control over how we choose to share this information. Um, so currently we did create a digitization copyright policy for our digital library, but it's just currently broad because the collections that we've chosen are out of the copyright phase for Guyana, especially, and most countries that have the 50-year mark. And I think we have some that covers the 70-year mark. But we ensure that the collections that we are digitizing are focused mainly on Guyana at this moment. That is all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kezia. And yeah, I think this is a great example of where many of these materials, or all of them really, are out of copyright, but you still have come up with both kind of technical and use your statements and your policy language to ask people to come back to you and get permission and have a conversation about the collections, which is great.
Yes. We try to ensure that we put certain permissions and stuff on some of our collections to ensure that we know that it's being used, and the person using it is trying to use it in the best way possible, and for us to maintain some form of ownership of our collection that we have unique access to.